Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast. On our 3rd anniversary episode!
Yay!
Joining me today is a man who, well, I don't know. He's just happy that we've made it for 3 years. Welcome, Jacob.
Amen. Praise the Lord. Why, thank you. Thank you. By the way, happy 3rd anniversary of Cellcast Wise.
Why, thank you.
Let me introduce our co-host, a man who has worked his fingers to the bone managing this podcast for the last 3 years, and I'm extremely proud to call him a friend, a brother in Christ, and a podcast co-host. Welcome, Drew.
Why, thank you. Even though I nearly pulled my hair out tonight. For future reference, our normal method of recording this and broadcasting this decided it did not want to work for us tonight.
Right.
So we had to punt because I'm busy this weekend and I'm barely gonna have enough time to get this edited before it's got to go live.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just another day in paradise.
Exactly.
But yeah, just to go over this quickly, Jacob, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. First and foremost, thank you so much for all you guys have reached out and called me, texted me. I think it was Sunday night. I was not feeling very well. I was having a little bit of a, how did I describe it? Heavy negative thoughts were laying upon my mind, and I was I wasn't there again. Thank you so much for all you who reached out with encouraging words, with prayers, with words of just, be like, hey, it's all good. You're gonna be good. And yeah, it's be like, hey, I struggle with mild depression, and sometimes I just get into a funk. And there again, mild depression does not define me. It's simply just a part of my life. And I try to manage it the best I can. But some days you just get into a funk, and I'm trying to find the most suitable way in order to manage that better. And so if I did scare anybody, I do apologize for that. Was not my intention. So there again, if I do start, getting into my melancholy, I will reach out. I do have a hard time with that sometimes. And thank you again to all of you who did reach out. So thank you again. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Work is work. Trying to work on some projects. I've got some projects in the wings. I'm really wanting to get started and not just put on the back burner and not wait an eternity to get done. So there's that. And yeah, I'm super excited. We're now into we are celebrating our 3rd season.
Yeah, getting ready to jump into year 4. If you can believe that.
Yeah, 4 years. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, thank you again to all of our listeners, those who listen to our podcast version or watch us on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook Live. Thank you for all of we've actually had fan art for that was amazing. Thank you, Heather and Samuel. That was amazing. And it's been a great it's been a year. It's been a year. It's been 3 years, but this 3rd year has been a very interesting time, where I started doing cover art, I think in this year, I believe.
Yes. With, Tenchi Muyo in Love.
Yeah, Tenchi Muyo.
Of all places
to start.
You were inspired.
Yeah, I was inspired. to do that.
And I put it up before I bothered to ask your permission.
You did, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I want to make a joke there, but I'm not going to. It's like, you still owe me copyrights here, man.
The Cellcast is half yours anyway, and
that
you know
true.
it.
Oh, I know. I'm being facetious when I say that. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for those who have watched us and listened to us for the last 3 years and listened to us goof off and rant and get excited over movies or get extremely frustrated at movies.
Yes.
So there again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts that you've joined us in this journey. And we hope to do this for a couple more years, or whenever God decides to.
Sorry, I'm going to confuse you doing that.
No, anyway. You're good. For wherever how long this journey is going to be, and I'm very grateful that Drew decided to hop in when I posted that post almost 3.5 years ago.
Even I invited myself along.
Yeah, he literally invited himself along to jump into this venture. When we sat down and started working on this project, and lo and behold, 3 years later we're still doing it. So thank you so much to all of you who have stayed here, those who have joined us now, and it's great that we now have a small community, but we're growing
slowly but surely.
And that's where everything starts. Everything starts small, then it grows out. So we're hoping that will expand and grow beyond our wildest dreams to where things might be. We don't know where the road leads us in this venture, but God does. So we're trusting in Him to not take the wheel, because that's kind of a cheesy way of saying it, but to guide us in that direction.
Okay.
So yeah. How about you?
Man, it's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
I had a good one. We had a good time.
Escapology.
Escapology was fun. We did not escape from the mystery ghost at the Scooby-Doo haunted castle.
We were 1 minute away.
One minute away. If we had 1 more minute, we might have actually won the thing. But we literally were just typing in the code when they opened the door.
Yeah, literally.
And we didn't know if the code would work. And, of course, they didn't tell us if the code would work, because that would ruin the game if we ever came back.
Well, if we do go back, be like it's going to be...
We'll forget.
Okay. We'll forget. We'll forget.
We'll know a couple things, like make sure the tiles go down on the floor in the correct position.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so that we did have a good meal, even though it was a little bit of a long meal.
Yeah, very long meal.
Yes. And then other than that, it's just been a normal kind of week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did actually, just to get this out there, along with putting out our last Digimon Adventure Try episode.
Yes.
Last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We also released our reactions to Encanto.
Mm-hmm.
And we reviewed for our patrons a exclusive review of the movie War Games
from 1983.
Indeed. So if you want to join our Patreon, that's something you can get. Get with that on either the $5 or $10 tier is us talking about movies that are not animated.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, we actually have opinions on those too.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's pretty much what else we've done there.
All right.
Before we get into what we've been watching, trivia for this week's episode. Which was when we record this episode, as in right this second, what will be the most downloaded episode of the Cellcast? Dallas Mora of Geek Devotions thought it might be Tangled. Frying Pans, who knew?
Right.
Josh Adams said it would be Frozen, the Icebreaker. I would ask you what you think it is, but I think you saw it when I brought it up a second ago, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over our top 10 right now.
All right.
Number 10. The 10 most downloaded episode at 87 downloads, believe it or not, is Frozen, the Icebreaker.
Wow.
Our very first episode, it's still in the top 10, but it's only at 87. It's kind of fallen off, I think.
It has.
Because it used to be that was the first one for like a long time, and I think other episodes just got better.
Well, our number one episode did.
It's been up there a while.
It's been a while up there.
Yes. Number 9 from this year, we've got Gotta Go Fast, Sonic the Hedgehog 2020.
Yes.
At number 8, also this year, Beauty and the Beast, Something There That Wasn't There Before, featuring our friend Ashley Cronenbitter.
Exactly.
And patron.
Mm-hmm.
Then at number 7, we've got Chicken Run, I Don't Want to Be a Pie.
Who wants to be a pie anyway?
Yes. I think may have my numbers. I think there might actually be more than 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's 10. I just can't count. 6 is An American Tale. There are no cats in America.
Yeah, right.
It's got 174 downloads. At number 5, we've got Looney Virus. What's Opera Doc? Kill the wabbits, kill the wabbits, kill the wabbits. At number 4, we've got Hotel Transylvania. I do not say blah, blah, blah.
I think he does, actually.
A couple times. Number 3, we've got The Lion King. Are you aching for some bacon?
Amen, brother.
All the time. Number 2, we've got The Jungle Book. The bare necessities aren't toilet paper. And if you couldn't tell, that was from the year 2020. And last but not least, the answer to this week's trivia question and the most downloaded episode of the Cellcast, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Sweet.
It's terror time again.
Dum, 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 dum.
Anyway, that's the answer to the trivia question. I will have another trivia question for y'all to answer for next week, so join us then. In that case, let's continue on to our next thing. Whatever our next thing is. News is our next thing. News, probably?
News.
Or what we've been watching.
What have we been watching?
Okay, what have you been watching, Jacob?
So
While I find the chat window.
So I noticed something on Facebook, because Facebook is always, that is really hard not to follow.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm looking for something.
So I noticed on Facebook, they're going to be like, people are posting everything on Facebook. So I noticed someone to post and be like, oh, if you want to watch all the original episodes of Power Rangers in Space on YouTube for free, it's there now. So I was like, you know what? I haven't watched this show in a while, and why not? So I clicked on YouTube, and sure enough, it's on, I think it's like under the Power Rangers official, site.
I believe it is there.
Yeah, their YouTube channel. And they have all the episodes. So if you've ever, it's like, oh my gosh, I remember Power Rangers in Space being a really good series. It was. I've only watched like a small handful of the episodes, but they're really good. They're good for a kids TV show, a kids live action TV show from Saban in the late 90s.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to go relive your nostalgia childhood or your teenage childhood like it was for me, go check out Power Rangers in Space from Power Rangers Official's YouTube channel.
Okay.
Let's see. Other than that, what else have I been watching? A lot of YouTube, a lot of Adam Savage tested on YouTube, and I love. I'll be like, if you ever watched MythBusters in the early 2000s into the 2015s.
Yes, they finished in 2015.
They started in 2003. Yeah, so
Believe me, I know.
yeah, so
I watched nearly every season.
Yeah, same here.
Who doesn't like seeing exploding cement trucks?
That is true. That is true. So I've been watching a lot of his more recent stuff with his tested channel. It's just really, really fun watching him geek out about Ghostbusters Afterlife. And apparently he was a he consulted on the film, apparently. And I am really, really looking forward to watching this film within the next few days. I'm going to buy the Blu-ray because it just sounds like a good film.
I'm planning on giving it a try eventually.
Yeah. So, yeah, I will, in the next couple of days, I'll probably wind up buying the Blu-ray because it's like, oh my gosh. You watch the first 10 episodes because YouTube does that. You get to the first 10 like 5-10 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, I have no context of what's going on. And then it gives you like another scene. It's just like, oh, okay, now I'm glued. I got to figure out what's going on. And apparently the brief synopsis of this movie, some ghost has killed someone. I'm not going to tell who they killed. And apparently their family...
Could it be the Ghostbuster who was played by the actor who's no longer with us?
Possibly. Possibly.
Don't give me an easy one.
Yeah, don't give me an easy one. All right, so yeah, apparently his family moves out to his farm, and ghost shenanigans happen.
No, and a Ghostbusters
No.
movie?
And apparently
that can't be true.
No. Apparently a villain from an earlier film is apparently a part of the film. And some really cool things happen, apparently. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that film. Other than that, Other than that, that is all I've been watching. So, about you, Drew? As Drew
As
plays
I
around-
play with the thing, because I'm trying to get it where it's easier to read. I don't know if this is going to do it, but anyway. Close enough.
That'll work.
I have watched a little bit more of Star Trek Prodigy. I'm enjoying that show immensely. Before you came over, though, I was watching the first dubbed episode that apparently came out within the last week, I think, of a show called, I'm probably going to mess the name up, but Kaba's Sailor Uniform, I think is the name of it.
Okay.
It's about this girl who's going into middle school,
Okay.
who's really wanted to wear a sailor uniform her entire life. You know, like
Okay.
the Japanese school uniform,
I
with the
gotcha.
sailor suit.
Yeah.
But that's kind of fallen out of fashion in Japan in the last 30 years. Not that anime would let you know this. But she happens to be going to a private school, that the same private school her mother went to, and they, as far as they know, they have a sailor uniform. Their uniforms are sailor uniforms. Spoiler alert. They moved away from those. But no one bothered to tell them. But it's the story is, it's not a bad story, don't get me wrong. It's actually a very well written story. It's very much a growing up story and someone coming into their own. The main reason I'm suggesting it, if nothing else, is no anime has any right to be that pretty.
Okay.
It is a very pretty anime.
Okay.
I mean, good night. There was moments I looked at and go, how much money does this thing have? Most anime, it's you could see the line art easy. This looks like Ghibli.
Wow.
This is like a lot of money. This is like movie quality animation, not TV quality.
Huh.
And it's like, okay, this is interesting. It's beautiful.
Wow.
And I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay.
I may try some other episodes later on, but other than that, just Encanto and War Games. That's pretty much all I've watched.
Huh. Alrighty.
If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. Oh, I also watched another movie.
What's that?
A movie we're reviewing next week. Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
I'll talk more about that later on in the episode. But yeah, we're reviewing Rumble next week, and we've got a special guest.
That is
And
true.
hopefully Riverside will be working
Hopefully.
when that guest is here. Or I may have to throttle the computer.
Hopefully, perfectly things work.
Yes.
All right.
I may be checking to see if StreamYard is still good, just in case. But yeah, that's what I've been watching. And I've already gone over our top 10. Do we have anything in the news?
That we do. So this is a TV show that went off the air about 28 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on Cartoon Network. It was on in the early 90s. And I know definitely people of our age, 80s, 90s kids, would know this show. Probably most people didn't know it. If they didn't know it, they loved it. It's called SWAT Cats.
Yeah.
So apparently, this show is making a comeback. The show creators, Christian and Jan Trebler, I'm probably pronouncing that name wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And they have teamed up with a global animation team, Animation Major Tunes Media Group, and to produce a brand new series of the popular show about the high-flying anthropomorphic felines. So
Felines?
feline fighter.
Feline?
Feline, that's what I'm
You
going to say.
said feline.
Feline.
That's like saying, I don't know, rough dog. I don't know.
Anyway, so apparently, feline fighter pilots.
Yes,
and
feline
superheroes.
fighter pilots.
Feline fighter pilots. So apparently they're in production of doing that, and there's no really other news than they're doing it. They've teamed up with a few other production companies to do this, and we don't know any release dates at all currently. So if you want to keep up to date with that, go to animationmagazine.org, and you can follow the news from there. That's where I primarily get all my news. So going back into our other piece of news, this is a movie that I am most definitely looking forward to reviewing when we get to it. Now, there again, I am horrible at pronouncing names. So who was the director of Summer Wars?
You would ask me that.
I would ask you that.
You have it written on your thing?
I do.
Because I don't remember his name.
There you go.
It's the Digimon guy. And of course, that just all went down when you hit the button. Mamoru Hosoda.
Yes. Mamoru Hosoda?
Yes, Mamoru Hosoda.
Mamoru Hosoda.
Close enough.
Close enough. There
We
again,
apologize for any mispronunciations
Yes.
of names the Cellcast provides.
Yes.
As we are stupid Americans.
And some of us have reading disorders sometimes.
That too.
All right, so Belle, his newest film, has earned over $3 million according to its theater releases. Following its second week in theaters, distributed by G Kids, the critically acclaimed film opened in theaters and an IMAX screens, both in original Japanese language and an all-new English dub version on January 14, with exclusive IMAX premieres in select markets beginning on January 12th.
And you know what's annoying about that?
What?
We are nowhere near any of their select markets.
No, we're not.
Closest one is in Dallas.
Huh.
That's 2 hours away.
Not Dallas from Geek Devotions.
No. Although he's 2 hours away too, but the other direction.
That is true. But yes, apparently this movie is doing very well in theaters. And if you do get a chance to go watch it, please let us know. Don't spoil the movie.
Yeah, please don't spoil the movie.
Yeah,
we
so-
will watch it when we can.
Yes. So it is currently in theaters and doing very well for a foreign animated film in domestic markets here in the U.S. So congratulations to the team over there. And hopefully we can get a copy of this film and do a review over it for you guys.
Deelit says she liked SWAT Cats too. I'm curious when you had a chance to watch that, Deelit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you weren't around then. She asked me if I'd heard of the internet. Funny.
Yeah, very cute.
Funny. Anyway. Yeah, by the way, if y'all haven't met Deelit, she joined us this year too. Say hi, Deelit. She said hi.
All right.
Josh in our chat asked if we had heard anything about the Studio Ghibli theme park in Japan.
I didn't see anything about that.
Well, apparently they opened a Studio Ghibli theme park in Japan. I'm assuming at the Universal Studios over there. Right, probably right next to Super Mario World.
Probably.
Or Super Nintendo World, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It sounds fun.
Other than that, I think, well, at this point, we would normally be going into the spoiler-free section of whatever movie we're reviewing.
Yeah, which we are not doing.
But we're not reviewing a movie.
Yeah.
So, do we have anything before we hit the bumpers?
I can't wait for another year of this.
Indeed. So, let's just go ahead and hit the bumpers, and we will talk about the upcoming movies that are coming out this year that hopefully COVID will not steal from us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that you can download? Don't forget that you can, don't forget that you can listen to us record the podcast live every Tuesday over on our Facebook page, The Cellcast, our Twitch channel, The Cellcast Gaming, and on YouTube at Cellcast. Also, don't forget to join our Patreon if you would like to support us monetarily. At $1, you'll get our everlasting thanks. At our $5 tier, you can get some artwork from Jacob. And on our $10 tier, you can get bloopers for every episode we've released that I've remembered to release them for. And you can get commentaries from different movies. So come check us out over there if you would like to support us financially. Each week on Stunning and Brave, hosts Chris Cowan of the Babylon Bee and Nate Henderson of Some Boring Budgeting Job confess their privilege, spotlight stunning social media posts, and fabricate outrage, all while keeping you super woke and enlightened. They will make you laugh. That's right, you have no choice. Check out Stunning and Brave at stunningandbrave.net. Do you like Star Wars? I don't just mean the original trilogy. Along with that, I mean the prequels, the sequels, the anthologies, the animated shows, and of course, who doesn't like Baby Yoda? Well, if you've been in the fandom for any length of time, you know how toxic the fandom can get. And if you'd like to be able to discuss a galaxy far, far away in a much more positive light, might I suggest searching out The Outer Rim, a Facebook group dedicated to all of Star Wars, and check out their YouTube channel, which you can easily find at Pop Americana, which the podcast you're currently listening to is also a part of. To find that and more, check out the link in the description. The following is a non-spoiler filled discussion about the upcoming movies of 2022, assuming COVID stays far, far away. Listener discretion is what's the word I'm looking for? Encouraged. Listener, just listen to us. Anyway.
All right.
So, jumping into the first movie I found links for. Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yes.
I'm looking
Gotta
forward
go
to
fast
this.
too. Gotta go fast too.
Yes, and it's just in March is when it comes out.
It's in March. And now I do want to say when we first talked about this trailer, Drew, even before.
It was when we did the reaction
Yeah.
to Sonic the Hedgehog. I said,
That's right.
We know there's a sequel coming.
Yeah.
It's I said, 10-1, I bet you Knuckles is in it. They're going to have to get the Master Emerald. And Jacob, you got to pick up that phone because I called it. I wish that thing actually had a ringer that played, but anyway, it probably does.
Probably.
So yeah, the trailer that's out right now, the one I've got that I will have in our show notes.
Yes.
The link to. It's a different trailer than I think the one we saw
It's slightly
a couple
different
months ago.
There's
not as much Idris Elba as Knuckles, but that's still
true.
fine.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, while watching it, I also got a little bit of Sonic Adventure vibes.
Of course.
But that could just be because some of Sonic, I think the scenes I was seeing was the levels that took place on Angel Island, which is where most of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 takes place, which is obvious. Well, this movie is obviously combining Sonic 2 and Sonic 3.
Right.
And technically also Sonic and Knuckles.
Right.
Or maybe not Sonic and Knuckles. I don't know yet. But, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. This looks like fun. I mean, we're probably going to, let's face it, we will have Supersonic by the end of this thing.
Probably.
I'm kind of hoping we also get some Crush 40 in there.
Of course. You would love that.
Oh, I'd be geeking out and singing along in the movie theater and they'd throw us out. No, I wouldn't be singing. I would be singing, but not loud enough for them to throw us out. But yeah,
that would be interesting. Be like if someone comes along with a review of that, be like he's already doing it already. So either way, so we might throw out invitations to movies that we are going to review. So
if you're in our area,
or
want to come to our area,
yeah, please don't drive 3 hours. Please don't.
I'm not going to tell people what to do and what not to do, other than just be safe.
That is true. Well, never mind.
Listen, whatever.
Not me.
Yeah, just be safe.
Yeah, exactly.
You can come if you want to. I suggest you not be like a friend of ours and assume you can drive the 3 hours home right after.
True.
Because we've had to multiple times say, no, you're staying here.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can leave in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you feel the desire to come watch a movie with us from 3 hours away, maybe like Josh, you are more welcome to crash on a couch that night.
Somebody's couch.
Probably my couch.
Maybe a beanbag. I don't know.
Maybe a beanbag. That is true.
Yeah, you want to sleep on the set of the Cellcast. That's a true fan right there.
Get the full experience.
Full experience.
Full
I may
experience.
even clean the apartment for a change.
Say it's not so. No,
Anyway.
Drew's been very good about cleaning his apartment. It's been
Yeah, but I'm still lazy.
aren't we all?
But anyway, after Sonic the Hedgehog, I've got, of course, the other big video game animated movie that's coming out this year. The untitled Super Mario movie. Do you realize this thing comes out in December and we still don't have a name for this movie?
That is true. We don't.
I mean, the movie's probably just going to be like Super Mario or Super Mario Brothers or something like that.
Mario Brothers or something like that.
But we still don't actually have a name for this movie. They've not officially announced any name for it.
Wow.
But here's what we do know. We've got Chris Pratt as Mario.
Yeah.
We've got Jack Black as Bowser. Charlie Day as Luigi. I can't think of the guy's name. Keenan... The guy from Toy Story.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ducky.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can't think of his name. And of course, here's the thing. Along with the people you expect, you also got Donkey Kong is going to be in this movie.
Yeah.
You've got, of course, working for Bowser, you'll have his henchman Kamek, the wizard. And Donkey Kong's elder grandfather, the original Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong, will be in this. And then of all people for them to pull, Spike the Foreman.
Spike the Foreman.
You don't know who Spike the Foreman is.
No, I don't.
So, you know the Nintendo Entertainment System?
Yes.
Do you know what game came out on the Nintendo Entertainment System first when it came to the US?
Super Mario Brothers?
Indeed.
Yeah.
It was Super Mario Brothers.
Oh,
however, do you know what other Mario games existed before Super Mario Brothers that were brought over later but came out first in Japan?
Donkey Kong?
Well, yes, Donkey Kong is one of them.
Okay.
You also then had Donkey Kong Jr., which featured not this Donkey Kong. Well, actually, it might be this Donkey Kong. We don't know. But technically, Donkey Kong Jr. was the protagonist, and you were trying to save Donkey Kong from Mario. Mario was the bad guy in that one. And then you had Donkey Kong Country 3, in which you played an exterminator. And somehow the exterminator... So Stanley the Bugman, that was his character's name. And you were trying to scare off Donkey Kong with bug spray. It's a weird game. There's also a Donkey Kong Jr. Math that came out around this time. But then there was also, of course, the port of the arcade game Mario Bros., which is the one where, you know, they're jumping, they have the pipes on either side, and you got the monsters coming down, and you bop them in their heads for them to go away. You know that one? And then there was another game called Wrecking Crew.
Okay.
Wrecking Crew also starred Mario, this time as a construction worker, or a demolitions worker, to be more specific. And his boss, and technically the villain of the game, was Spike the Foreman.
Okay.
It's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
It's a very deep
That's
cut.
a deep cut. Wow.
Yeah, and Charles Martinet does technically have, like, undisclosed cameos in the film.
Wow.
Cameos. The word is plural. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means. I'm guessing Wario and Waluigi are showing up, and he's voicing both.
All right.
I don't know. I really don't know. It's the only two Mario recolors that are not present yet. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that one as well. You want to hit on the next one, which is The Bad Guys?
The Bad Guys. Okay, so this is... I can't remember who did this film. Who did this film?
DreamWorks, I believe.
Yeah, DreamWorks, you're right. Yeah, DreamWorks is about a bunch of lifelong criminals who... I think it's the big bad wolf who wants to reform. Because apparently he has
After he's told he's a good boy.
After that. And so now he's going through this life crisis to be like, do I go straight as a good guy or to continue my villainous ways? And it's just it looks like a fun trailer. It looks like a very fun little trailer. Definitely will give it a shot.
It's like a fun movie.
Yeah, we'll be like, would you want to review that?
I would definitely want to react to it, yes.
Yeah, definitely react to it.
Looks like a fun one.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a while since I've actually looked forward to a DreamWorks movie. The last one I know of being How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Right.
Or was it 4? What was the last one? Was that 3 or 4? The Hidden World.
I don't know.
Whatever the one that came out when we reviewed the first How to Train Your Dragon movie.
Right.
So at least 3 years old. 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. And Jacob is looking up something.
No, I was just looking at something. All right, so obviously we've gone through the Super Mario announcement.
Yes,
We've done Bad Guys. Bob's Burger movie.
I know nothing about Bob's Burgers.
Me either.
But it's coming out.
It's coming out. That's a movie coming out. So if you are a fan of Bob's Burger, there's a movie coming out for 20th Century Fox.
I watched the trailer.
20th Century Studios.
I watched the trailer. It looks interesting, but I get the feeling I would understand more about what's going on if I actually watched the television show.
Exactly.
So yeah,
it's like watching the Simpsons movie in theaters without watching the Simpsons show.
Which I did.
You did?
I did.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I had seen maybe 1 or 2 clips of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Growing up, I liked Futurama, which is made by the same people.
Mm-hmm.
So I happened to be in town one day. I was like, I'll go watch The Simpsons movie. How bad can it be? Surely it won't be like South Park. It wasn't like South Park. Still wish they had left something out. But anyway. Bart shouldn't have been naked. That's all I'm saying.
Ugh.
Yes.
All right. So what is the next movie on our agenda?
DC League of Super Pets.
That looks interesting.
That looks freaking hilarious.
It does. Definitely Dwayne Johnson as
Crypto.
Superman's dog.
Yeah.
I was sad they didn't bring in Batman's dog.
I knew you were going to bring up Ace the Bat Hound.
You got to bring in Ace. Come on, at least Batman Beyond Ace.
Maybe he'll have a cameo.
Maybe. They have a super pig. I think it's
maybe they'll fight the Joker and Harley's hyenas.
Oh, that would be funny. So funny.
Except this looks like it's taking place in Metropolis.
Yeah.
I don't know of any villainous pets.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that trailer.
Although we did see a cat that kind of reminded me of Sparky.
That was he a cat?
The one that had the rocket launcher grow out of its tail?
Oh yeah, that
looked like Sparky.
Okay.
It wasn't Sparky, but it looked like Sparky.
Okay, I have no idea who Sparky is.
Oh, you don't know Sparky?
No, I have no idea what a Sparky is. What is a Sparky? As Drew types away and figures out a picture of who Sparky is.
Sparky, the super cat.
Sparky, the super cat. That's not the design, is it?
Yeah, that's the design.
Oh, crap.
Well, here's the original design. Sorry, Streaky, not Sparky.
Streaky.
Which is almost worse.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. Oh, okay. Things you never know, and sometimes you never want to know. Streaky, the super cat.
Yes. I only know it because there was a Crypto the Super Dog TV show that was on Cartoon Network back in the day.
Yeah.
Back when I was spending a lot of time at home during the day.
Right.
And Streaky got and Crypto were good friends in that one. Streaky was a normal Earth cat that somehow, because kryptonite is magic for Kryptonians. Apparently, somehow Crypto's powers copied onto Streaky.
Interesting.
Yes, I don't know if that's true going forward, but yeah.
All right, so turning to a few more films that are coming out in 2022, and you might be interested in.
Lightyear.
Yeah, Lightyear is coming out.
And Lightyear, we do not know if the Pixar curse of 2020 is continuing on or not.
Yeah, so we will figure that out in June.
It better be in theaters.
I would agree with you on that. Come on, seriously, Disney, just put it in the theaters.
It's one thing for Soul, because Soul I understand. Soul came out in the middle of the pandemic. Most theaters were shut down. I could follow that.
Yeah.
It's one thing for Luca, though I think it still should have got Premier Access.
Agreed.
Don't understand. I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead here and hit the next Pixar one, Turning Red.
Yeah, Turning Red.
Which is also going straight to Disney Plus for no apparent reason.
Their only solid explanation is that due to the reduced crowd numbers due to the pandemic and families unable to go to theaters, which is horse hockey.
Yeah, I'm calling bullcrap on that because Encanto, because Raya,
Yeah.
because all 4 Marvel movies
Oh yeah,
came out this year.
in theaters.
No Way Home
Yeah,
makes that answer bullcrap.
yeah, exactly. I
It just
does.
It just does.
Honestly, I don't know what the deal is with Disney and Pixar. There have been employees of Pixar who have expressed their dissatisfaction with what Disney is doing with their films. Like he said,
The president of Pixar feels this way. And
yeah, exactly.
He apparently doesn't know why they're doing this either,
Yeah, so
which doesn't make any sense.
we will probably.
I mean, just get this rant off my chest.
go for it.
Pixar is supposed to be, to my understanding, of equal importance to Disney as Walt Disney Animation Studios, Lucasfilm, and Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they're getting the shaft.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're getting treated worse than National Geographic on Disney Plus.
I like me some National Geographic on Disney Plus.
It can be good, but the thing is, they're not getting theatrical releases.
No.
Also, as no 20th Century Fox film has had a straight to Disney Plus thing, has it?
Not yet.
This is why I'm calling bullcrap on this. And now, I have a theory, and this is a bad theory, and this is a theory I really hope is not correct.
Okay.
My theory is that Pixar. Okay, so when we talked about Soul, we noted it had some issues.
Yes.
We talked about Luca. We noted it was not quite up to your standard Pixar flair.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of
It was still a good film.
It was still a good film,
Right.
But it's different from like every other Pixar film made.
Yeah.
Could Turning Red have the same problems as maybe those two, where it's not quite up to snuff for Disney, even though it's still probably going to be better than something like, say, I'm trying to think of a Disney movie that's Ralph. So even though it's going to be better probably than Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Who knows?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. They apparently people at Pixar don't get it either.
Yes.
So moving on.
Yes.
So
a movie we didn't realize was coming out this year till I was going through the notes. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The first Spider-Verse movie is, of course, made this a lock for me to watch, be excited for.
Oh, absolutely.
The fact that when you watch this trailer, you realize it switches from the 2.5D that first one has to 2D.
Yeah, pretty much.
Seamlessly.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there's different animation styles in this movie, and characters are going to switch between them. Yeah, let's do this thing. This needs to come out quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, give it the nice spit and polish it deserves. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, this can't come quickly enough for me.
I would completely agree. Completely agree. So moving on. Definitely looking forward to that. So we have Minions: The Rise of Group, which is coming out in July.
We didn't touch on Pinocchio, which was the other.
We
trailer.
haven't Pinocchio. That's right.
Yes, I know nothing about this Pinocchio other than it's coming out straight to Netflix.
Yeah, and it's
Guillermo del Toro,
which means it's gonna be dark.
Yes, but you have to remember, this is the man when they were doing the what movie was it? It was when they were doing movie with the giant robots that fought kaiju. Why am I being stupid? Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. Yes.
Sorry. When they were doing Pacific Rims, the little girl that was in their railing, she couldn't pronounce Guillermo del Toro's name, so he gave her the right to call him Totoro-san.
Are you serious?
My neighbor Guillermo del Totoro. I think that was Pacific Rim. It could have been Pan's Labyrinth. I don't remember.
It could have been Pan's
I
Labyrinth.
think it's Pan's Labyrinth. That would make more sense. But either way, admittedly, I'm an adult, and I can barely say Guillermo del Toro's name.
Yeah. All right, so
Anyway.
yeah, Pinocchio. Pinocchio. The clip we have of that.
Yes.
It
is
looks good.
Jiminy Cricket
Yeah.
apparently living inside Pinocchio.
Yo.
There's a thought I didn't need.
Yeah.
Literally, he is his conscience because he's part of him.
Guillermo Totoro. Anyone? Everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let us think with the cricket in our
Very,
head.
very interesting. This is going to be creepy.
Yeah, just a bit. It's on Netflix, so it'll be out later this year.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So next movie on the docket.
Blazing Samurai.
Oh my gosh.
We've
Well,
talked about this more recently now.
yes,
we
we
are
have.
to the stuff we don't have trailers for. So all we know is this is going to be Blazing Saddles in Japan with samurai.
Yes.
Literally the reverse of Magnificent Seven.
Yes. Pretty much. Pretty much. It looks fun. The concept art looks really funny.
It looks. Everything I've seen is like I will watch this now, even if all you have is animatics. I'll watch this right now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Why don't we have a trailer? Is my question.
All right. So I did want to spring some on you because I noticed we didn't bring these on the because I found a trailer a collaboration trailer that had all the trailers kind of wound together. So I found a few that I never heard of, and they looked interesting, so I wanted to bring them up.
So admittedly, I got mine off Wikipedia, so I went, okay, yeah, that's American. That's probably yep, that one's good. That one looks good. Did leave off Dragon Ball Superhero.
I saw that. Superhero? Really?
Bear in mind, Dragon Ball Superhero. Yeah. Yeah.
Is anybody else baffled by that title?
I am been baffled since they first started. It's not Dragon Ball Super Hero. It's Dragon Ball Superhero. And superhero is not one word. It's two.
Ooh. Okay. Well, maybe they'll change the title. I don't know.
It's the same problem they had when they did Dragon Ball Super Broly, where if you didn't know any better, you'd think the name of the movie was Super Broly, not just Broly. But anyway.
Yeah. So another movie that I know we mentioned in episodes before, but Groot, Minions: The Rise of Groot, which has
Rise of Groot.
Rise of Groon.
Is this a
Gru?
Is this a
Sorry,
combination?
Gru. Let me not say him
Is this
correctly.
in collaboration
Gru.
with Marvel and Illumination.
No. The Rise of
Rise
Gru.
I would actually watch Minions: The Rise of Groot. Because Groot and the Minions, that would be interesting to watch.
That would.
Anyway, Minions:
You
The Rise
couldn't.
of Gru.
You couldn't understand either one of them.
It's been. I'll have you know, by Endgame, I at least kind of generally understood what Groot was saying,
Right.
even if I couldn't put it into exact words. But yeah, Minions: Rise of Gru.
Has been in production Hades for 2 years already.
Oh, it's probably been finished for 2 years because it was supposed to come out in 2020.
Yeah.
And it was probably done. It's just they keep having. I don't know if they're having to push stuff back for some reason or what. Because I have a feeling they had a full trailer 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The movie's got to be done by now.
Yeah. Because I know during
The render farm is not working that slow.
Yeah, because I know they had to shut down production during the pandemic.
Well,
because
yeah, everybody
It was
did.
all done in France. So yeah, we finally have confirmation of when the movie will come out. So there again, we have to get through all the other Despicable Me's and the Minion movies to get a sense of what's going on. If you've watched all those,
Well, I
great.
mean, I'm technically caught up.
I'm not.
We'll probably do Despicable Me 2 sometime this year.
All right, good deal. All right,
Get a
so
little salsa in our step.
all right, so another two I noticed, obviously, like we mentioned, Turning Red. Turning Red is coming out, obviously, because it's not getting the theater treatment. Thank you very much, Disney. Exactly. Love you, Disney, but why?
Makes no sense.
Exactly. So these are two films that I've never heard of. I saw the trailer, and I was like, bonkers. I'm like, what in the world is this? So it actually comes out tomorrow. They're released in theaters tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Both of them, February 2nd.
Okay.
All right. So just brace for impact on this first. Yeah, exactly. So chicken hair and the hamster of darkness. It's a thing. Look it up.
Chicken hair and the hamster of darkness?
Yes. Look it up. It's like people go look this up. Be like, it looks like a fun trailer. It's supposed to come out tomorrow, February 2nd, 2022. And it's basically this. Yeah. Apparently it's a chicken that has not a chicken, but a hare that has chicken legs. And he dresses like Indiana Jones and goes on adventures.
I have it muted. Word.
So Drew is watching the trailer right now.
Sony Pictures. This is Sony Pictures.
Yeah.
He's a chimera.
Yeah, he's a chimera with chicken feet. And he's a bunny with a feather in his head.
I'm stunned by this.
Yeah. And apparently he wears big shoes in order to hide his chicken feet.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's the other one that I'm going to be confused at?
The other one, there again, this comes out tomorrow. So it's French and English. So it's going to get an English release. So the other one is called Fireheart. Fireheart, one word.
Okay.
So he's watching the trailer now.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we can talk about what this is.
Yeah.
This looks like
So
a firefighting movie.
Yeah, it's a firefighter movie, and it's based in New York. And basically, it's probably early New York, probably early 20th century.
It said 1920s.
Yeah, 1920s, so the 1920s. So this young girl, her father is a fireman, and she wants to grow up as a fireman. And due to the time period,
The Great Depression.
Great Depression, women were not allowed
Not that you can tell that's what this is.
That is true.
This does not look like Depression era New York. I mean, you got Art Deco, sure.
technically 1920s, that was a roaring 20s. So
Yes,
the
but
30s
it
would
just
only
said
be 30 years.
This thing
20.
just said 10 years later, which is 1930s, middle of the Great Depression. This is a rich family if this is the middle of the Great Depression.
I would agree with you on that.
This is not a New York under the Great Depression. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. So basically, it's a young girl who wants to be a firefighter in 1920s or 1930s New York. And obviously, during time, women weren't allowed to be firefighters. She disguised herself as a man in order to become a firefighter. It looks funky.
It looks interesting.
It does
I'll
look
say
interesting.
that.
Yeah. This also comes out tomorrow, February 2nd.
But at the same time, it is not Depression era New York.
No, it's not.
That's supposed to be. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the Empire State Building while it was under construction.
Yes.
But that is not Depression era New York. Anyway.
So yeah, those are two trailers I saw at the end of this bunch of other trailers that were put together. And I was like, that was interesting. So if you want to go check those trailers out, you're more than welcome to. And just be like, let us know if you want to go, if you want to watch, if you want us to review them, please let us know.
Whenever it comes out.
Whenever they come out on, Blu-ray, DVD.
We also reserve the right to review movies when we want to.
Exactly.
All right. So we got any other ones?
No.
Okay.
I know Hotel Transylvania 4 has
come out.
It's come out.
It's got mixed reviews.
It does. And then you have Ice Age: The Adventures of Buck Wild on Disney Plus, which just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't any reviews on that. Other than that, we have a slate of good and interesting and very odd movies coming out this year.
Yeah.
So we will try to do as much as we can with the constructions with as much as
time allows.
As time allows and the intensity we can.
Okay.
if that makes any sense.
I'm not sure I understood the last sentence, but sure.
Sure, why not? So yeah, that would be. Those are all the movies coming out for the year of 2022. Hopefully, by the grace of God, most of them come to theaters.
Yes.
Come on, Disney.
Go away, COVID. We don't like you no more. Not that we liked you in the first place.
That is true.
So before we leave and talk about what our next movie is, Jacob, I have a question. What is your favorite movie we reviewed this year?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. It's like obviously, I love doing a lot of the art for the covers.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the one for Batman, the Long Halloween. That was the fun we did with Dallas. That was a lot of fun. The how much ribbing I got for the Lost Atlantis, the Lost Empire cover. It was like, Jacob, you know how bad that looks, right? It's like, I didn't think about it when I drew it. It was like, this looks really good. It was a lot of fun. And then everybody in the community just gave me a hard time over it.
I didn't say a word.
You didn't. Thank you.
I was too impressed that I found the Atlantean font.
That was true. That was so true. It's like, obviously we had Akira. Akira,
Yes, with the Retro Rewind podcast guys, Francisco Ruiz and Paul the Master Interrupter Powers.
Yes.
Were our guests on that episode.
Yeah, that was an amazing episode. Just definitely when you get another, like, other people's insight on such a classic film. There again, that was supposed to be, we were supposed to review that for the
our plan was to do that one for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to be in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen.
But I got pushed back to
I got pushed back, so that meant, and the reason is the movie takes place in 2019,
right,
at Olympic Stadium.
That is true.
And you know what I didn't do, and I just now realized?
What's that?
I never bothered to watch any of the opening or closing ceremonies for the Olympics to find out if Akira ever showed up.
Well, it's a YouTube for a thing.
I'll have to check that. Maybe Kaneda and Tetsuo will show up and yell across the stadium at each other.
All right, so probably Sonic the Hedgehog was probably is one of the best films to come out that year, for me anyway. Probably,
yes.
That was just an amazing film. I know Drew has a whole different nostalgia for Sonic the Hedgehog, where me it's more like the cartoons and playing.
I grew up with the games.
Yes, you grew up with the games. So, but like, yeah, that was an amazing film. The review we did over the Jetsons just kind of made you want to weep. Oh my gosh!
I was not expecting that one to be that kind of episode. I thought, this will just be a fun episode over this movie you never hear anybody talk about anymore. And we'll be one of the rare people to review Jetsons the movie.
Yeah.
And you find out that, like, the guy who voiced George,
he died,
and Mel Blanc, died in the middle of recording the movie.
Yeah, died during production.
One of them died in the recording booth.
Yeah,
and you're like, I was not expecting this.
No,
and that was a tough bit of an episode to get through. We had to talk about that.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And that's the episode I had to watch an entire episode of Star Trek the Original Series because I read a trivia thing that said the plot for the Jetsons movie was similar to the Devil in the Dark episode of the Star Trek the Original Series.
Oh my gosh.
So I went and looked it up, and it is the same story.
Wow. That is crazy. And also, like, a huge shout out to our guest, Francisco Dallas Celeste. PaulJPowers.com. Ashley from the Beauty and the Beast episode, which was a great episode. That was wonderful. Thank you, Ashley, for coming on for that one. And
don't forget your friend Aaron Lowe.
Oh yeah, I was about to get to him.
On our what is the name of that thing?
My Hero Academia 2 Heroes.
He was on that episode.
Yeah. So we did that, and oh man, that was so much fun because there again, not knowing, we had to watch season 1 and 2 of My Hero Academia in order to be where the movie was.
We didn't have to.
Didn't have to.
It just helped.
It just helped. And it was a lot of fun actually watching that series. And Drew happily had the Blu-rays for that.
I still haven't watched season 3 or 4 yet.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Ashley from that episode, thank you again for coming on. And there again, be like, Ashley is a huge Beauty and the Beast fan.
Yes.
And you could go back and listen and watch that episode.
To some degree, I think I tricked her for coming onto the episode. Did you know this story?
What's that?
I was on a Retro's stream.
Yeah.
He was streaming something on one Friday night. Probably back in the middle of his Earthbound stream that took so freaking long. And in the chat, at one point, Ashley said, yeah, if anyone wants to do Beauty and the Beast, I'll be there with wants to review Beauty and the Beast, I'll be there with bells on. To which I then replied, so when are you available?
We're reviewing it.
When would you like to review this movie? I will gladly insert it into the schedule.
Yeah, thank you again, Ashley, and thank you again, everybody who came on to as a special guest. We do have plans to do more special guests in this upcoming season, season 4.
In fact, our next episode, which is going to be our review on Rumble, we are going to have Nate Marchand of the Monster Island Film Vault join us.
Really?
Yes,
that's gonna be awesome.
Yes, he that podcast is a kaiju film appreciation show.
Yeah.
This technically has kaiju in it. I don't know how much of a kaiju film it is.
Right.
It's more of a pro wrestling movie. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That happens to have giant monsters in it. But
that is true.
I think that's going to be a fun episode for us to review either way.
Okay. So we did a reaction about the middle of this year, about the middle of last year on season 3, that Drew just dropped this bomb on me. It's like, okay, we're reviewing this, and it's not a movie. It's a commercial. What I'm referring to is Fry Force from Taco Bell. And so apparently
we fight together or we fry alone.
So apparently it was
okay,
commercial.
Let me tell the story. The story.
Go ahead.
I don't know when this commercial originally came out. I think it came out around the Olympics. That's when it was. And I happened to be in Geek Devotion's stream that Monday night, because that's back when he did the Pray and Play on Monday night instead of Tuesday night during our show. Or he was doing something on Monday night and I happened to be there, and he was talking about, and someone mentioned the Fry Force commercial, and he was going to get Branson of B's Views and Reviews, another show on their little mini network, to review the comic book version of it. And I just popped off and said, hey, I got an idea. How about me and Jacob tomorrow night, before we do our normal review, we review the trailer and and we'll release the episode on both our RSS feeds. And he said, okay, sure, that sounds good.
Oh,
it's
my
like,
God.
oh, I better text Jacob and let him know he's got homework.
And just a note, I was like, what in the world are you talking about? A commercial? We're reviewing a commercial. And so I was like, okay, I've got to watch this. So I pull it up, and it's like
5 minutes.
It's like a 5-minute trailer.
It's not even that. It's 2 minutes long.
Yeah, it's a 2-minute trailer, and it's like, oh my gosh. And they got Steve Bloom to do a voice.
Not a voice, a word.
A word. One single word for a commercial for fries. It was freaking genius.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was so much fun. Now, talking about our reaction episodes. So we did The Addams Family 2.
Yes.
That was to me tremendously better.
It was
better.
It was so much better than the first movie.
So much better. Then we have Fry Force. Laugh out loud.
Yes.
That was hilarious. And then we had Space Jam 2. I actually enjoyed Space Jam 2.
I enjoyed it, but it's not the first one.
Yeah, agreed. So then we did Luca. Come on, seriously, Disney. That's all I gotta say about that. It's a good film. It's different, but it's good.
Yeah.
The Mitchells versus the Machines.
I remember enjoying this movie.
Yes.
And then being annoyed that it was like, oh, by the way, we're going to now put it in theaters.
Yeah. Thank you. I understand the the hesitation to put something in theaters due to COVID. I get that.
I get that. But once you put it out on streaming, it don't go back to theaters. I'm sorry.
It's kind of
you
weird.
broke your chance. I did not go see it in theaters, even though that would have been fun to watch. But also, since I knew it was coming, I thought that might just be a touch of overstimulation in a theater.
Just maybe that would have gave me a seizure in theaters. Let's say that. I would have been like, okay, I'm suing somebody. I wouldn't sue anybody, but that'd be very tempting too.
Yes.
So Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh, I loved that movie.
It was so good. So good. Be like this
That's
oddball tag team of people trying to save the world.
That's not one of the ones I put on the list, is it?
No.
We need to get it on the list.
Yes, we do. So we did a reaction to that, and that was just such a good movie. We definitely need to review that film. And so a movie that I guarantee neither one of us are going to review on this show. Willingly. Let's say that. A movie we reviewed in the very beginning of 2021. Tom and Jerry. A reaction to Tom and Jerry in theaters. Yeah.
That's one of those weird ones.
Agree.
Where it was like, parts of this are good.
Yeah.
Parts of this are garbage.
Agreed.
Parts of this need to be blasted into outer space and orbit around the planet Geekery with all those taco machines that the bottom shelf keeps throwing out of their ejecting into space.
Yes.
I'm just throwing connections to every single podcast we're semi-connected to.
All right. So that's all the movies we reacted to. And then there again, we started a Patreon.
Yes. Please join our Patreon.
Yeah, thank you for all of you who have joined our Patreon so far.
Extra special thank you to Ashley Cronenbitter and Josh Adams for joining our Patreon. They do get like uncut episodes, not just the regular episodes, but the reactions.
Mm-hmm.
And when I actually bother to put out Tangled episodes, they get uncut versions of that too. And your artwork.
Yes.
They both get the artwork, I believe. Still.
Yes. Yeah, because when Ashley was on our episode, we did Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
So I did a piece for Beauty and the Beast, not my original painting I did years ago. That's the one you did for the cover.
Yeah.
You use that for the cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I still love that piece to death. I did an exclusive piece for Patreon. So if you want to go see that, because you can't see it anywhere else except on Patreon, go over to patreon.com/thecellcast to go check out that piece.
Not to mention all the other exclusive art pieces that they've received.
That is true.
But you know what else that they have received this year?
What's that?
2 exclusive episodes.
That is true.
Of the Cellcast Plus.
Yes.
Which we talked about earlier. They got our review of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
Or more accurately, our geeking out of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Very true.
I think that was 2 hours long?
That was a 2-hour episode.
I am actually going to release that one onto our main feed here in the next week, probably next week. Or
Okay.
I'm going to do it this week.
So go look forward to that.
We have not. I think we discussed how we might do the rest of them. I want to talk to you on that after the show.
Okay, not a problem.
I have an idea.
Okay.
But anyway, but yeah, we did that, and that was fun.
Yeah,
we're planning on doing more of those. So we've done a new movie, and now we've done an old movie. We're going to go back to a new movie this month.
Yeah,
later this month. I believe we're going to be reviewing Death on the Nile.
Yeah,
after we get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
So if you want that exclusive episode of the Cellcast Plus, pay us money.
or subscribe to
it's
our...
all about the Lincolns.
It's about the Lincolns. Okay.
He's on the 5.
That is either way. Either way.
Pay up. Anyway.
Terrible salesman. Terrible.
I never said I was a salesman. And believe me, considering the people in my family, that's actually a real shame that I'm that horrible a salesman. Because I come from salesmen and they would be ashamed of my abilities.
All right, so there again, if you want to become part of the Patreon or part of the Cell Nation, please go over to patreon.com/thecellcast and go over there. And plus, we do have a Redbubble.
Yes, please buy a shirt.
Yeah. If you want to go over there, browser catalog. And if you do buy something, please
let us know.
Please let us know. Send us a picture of what you, and we'll definitely give you a shout.
We'll probably put you on the Facebook page. Hey, here's the first person who bothered to buy a T-shirt from us.
Right?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have fun with it.
Right.
That's the main thing. We're going to have fun. If there's nothing else this podcast is here for, it's to have fun.
Agreed. All right. So we have that, and Drew's dropping something.
My phone.
Dum dum dum.
Dun dun. That's the other one we reviewed. Muppet Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another one we did. We did that. That was on Disney Plus. That was fun. Definitely because Drew loves the Muppets, and he is always wanting to find more ways to put Muppets in the show. So,
and believe me, a Muppets movie is coming up this year. I just have not decided which is technically next: Labyrinth or Muppets Take Manhattan.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm kind of mixing the Jim Henson in with the Muppets, but anyway.
Either way, so yeah, we're looking forward to another year in 2022 with more theatrical releases and more hidden gems in the.
Not his brother.
No,
not hidden gems. Hidden gems.
Yeah, gems. Not not a hidden Jim Bob because.
But either way, it will be truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. There's a joke I've not made in 3 years.
Oh my gosh, this show has gone off the. It always goes off the rails. Always
and
does.
It's only 9:00.
It's only 9:00. But
anyway,
yeah, thank you guys so much for the last 3 years of sticking with us. Those who have stuck with us from the beginning or jumped in the middle or whatever. Thank you so much. Those who are part of our Patreon, thank you so much. Those who listen to us on our
Patreon.
Listen to us on our Patreon. Listen to us on your favorite podcast director, catcher, and I forgot how many episodes we've had downloaded so far.
Oh, the total downloads.
Total downloads.
Let me
I didn't think of that.
We did miss that out, and we do normally tell you how many people have at least given us a shot or
listen to us. Yeah.
Overall downloads. If I can type the password in correctly, we'll be in good shape. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
As he works on that.
There we go. 7,781 downloads.
Wow.
On our RSS feed.
That's really good for like a small podcast like we are.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
we are happy. We are always incredibly grateful for every download we receive, and we're incredibly grateful for any people who want to give us money in one form or another, because honestly, we can't do the show without you guys.
Exactly.
I know every podcast in the world says that, but it's absolutely true.
That is true. Because
even though we enjoyed talking to each other that first year, I think if we hadn't gone live, we might have killed each other by now.
Probably. And it makes it even funner because we're doing it live in front of how big.
They're witnesses. We can't kill each other now.
No, we can't. It's like literally if we just did the audio and we got so fed up with each other, Drew strangled me. He could literally just edit everything out and be like, "Oh, nothing ever happened in my apartment." Okay, I'm gonna run.
Anyway,
either way. So yeah, thank you again so much for your patronage, your giving of your ear of listening to us geek out about movies, and if you have any suggestions for this upcoming year for movies that might people you might want to listen, might want to hear us review. And we might put a poll out that on Patreon. Maybe.
I will say that we do reserve the right to review what we want to review.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you put something up there, we'll consider it.
Yeah.
And we may change our minds.
Yeah, you never know.
Yes. So, before we end, we've got trivia for next week.
All right.
Our trivia question for next week is, Rumble is Terry Crews' third animated film. What are the other two?
Oh.
And to be fair, you only got to name one of the other two.
All right. I'm curious about the answer.
Well, it's right there, and it's right there. But don't read it out loud.
All right, fine.
Anyway, do you have anything else before we cut out on this?
No, I'm looking forward to Rumble. Looking forward to Rumble.
Indeed.
And so, yeah, if you have any, if you watch Rumble, which is available on Paramount Plus, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to watch it, and I will talk to you about that in a few minutes.
Yes. We've definitely got a couple things to discuss after the show.
All right. So, thank you again so much for tuning in, watching, or and later on listening to our third anniversary, and definitely look forward to the blessings and the nuttiness is going to happen for season 4. So, yeah, there again, this is Jacob.
And this is Drew. And we will catch you in the next frame. Come, Jacob. We must prepare for next week.
Prepare for what, Drew?
The same thing we do every week, Jacob. Record a podcast.
Oh, boy.
So where can they find you, Jacob?
You can find me on Facebook at Jacob B. Heron, also on Facebook at Jacob's Daily Art Corner, where I try to draw each and every day. I don't get to it as often as I like, but join me there. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Jacob B. Heron, on Twitter at Jacob Heron, and Letterboxd at Jacob Heron. So where can they find you, Drew?
You can also follow me on Letterboxd at ggeorge759, Facebook as Drew Dodgen, my Facebook page where you can see pictures I've taken at Drew's Photo Bin. You can also follow me on Twitter at ggeorge759.
You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com.
You can also follow us on Twitter at cast_cell.
You can follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/thecellcastgaming.
You can also follow us on YouTube at Cellcast,
Listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts,
Google Play Podcasts,
Stitcher,
Spotify,
and your favorite podcast directory.
You can also listen to us on the Movie of the Week podcast with Jim Heron, where we talk about live action movies. And remember, Cell is a single L.